Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. Hope you're all well. We are off to the supermarkets now, and this is one that I picked up in Morrison's in Wrexham, if I remember rightly. And it's a brewery that I believe went into administration as well, but I think somebody has dived in and saved them. And we are taking a look at a beer from Magic Rock. And the one we are looking at is their High Wire Zest, and this is a mandarin and citrus pale ale. Yeah, mandarin and citrus pale ale coming in at 5.5% ABV. It's got that typical Magic Rock artwork. It's 440ml can, and I think this come in at £2. What's this £2 one? It could have been £2, £2.50, something like that. So not massively expensive. For me, a decent ABV on it, and yeah, you know, as long as it's good, it's going to be good value. Now, it's thankfully somebody has come in and saved them or taken them over and that, because I think Magic Rock, they have released a lot of good beers, you know, over the years, but this is happening so often now, and I think we had this massive craft beer boom, didn't we? Maybe sort of 2-3 years before COVID maybe, and then COVID really sort of, and there were breweries opening everywhere, but I honestly don't believe that the quality of the beer is helping craft beer, obviously with costs and that, and obviously, you know, craft beer is great, but there is only so much craft beer that can be produced and sold that breweries survive. So you know, if you got 4,000 craft breweries in the UK, and you know, you've all got to be making loads of money to make it worth your while. Unfortunately, that doesn't seem to be the case. But yeah, good luck to them, or good luck to the people who have taken them over. I'm not sure if it's black sheep or not, but yeah, hopefully they'll produce some good beers, or whoever takes them over. So let's take a look at this one. So let's get it cracked open. Now, I have got a Magic Rock glass, yes, granted. This was one that I got when I got the Magic Rock Dark Art Stout that was actually on PD. You'd like to think AB and Bev would have stepped in, wouldn't you? You know, taken them over and maybe released a few more beers of theirs on Perfect Draft. I think there was only two or three. They done, didn't they do the Chocolate Orange Stout? Was it them that done that one? They done the Dark Art Surreal Stout at 6%, which was that was really good. That was really good. And I actually like the grapefruit High Wire as well. But no, it's what it is. I'm waffling now, so let's stop talking. Let's get it cracked open, see what we get. It's come out the fridge. Fridge is at about 5 degrees. It only came out about 10 minutes ago, so it's probably still going to be around there. But yeah, £2, £2.50. Can't argue. Can't argue. And it was part of a 4 for 3, so I think I had this one for free. I went in there looking for beers to pick up, and to be honest, a lot didn't really take my fancy. So there was, I think I picked 8 up in there, and I think there was 2 or 3 that really took me fancy. Then the rest are just made up from cheaper beers. This was one of the cheaper beers that I went for. So we'll see what it's like. So, pale ale in a glass, a slight haziness to it, amber in colour, a light amber colour, and a nice sort of big, thick, fluffy head, got to be said. Quite compact bubbles. No sort of carbonation really going up. There's the odd bubble, but there we go. Now, is it going to be all sort of, are you really going to get sort of like mandarin and citrus from it, from the sort of, from citrus hops, or is it just going to be all sort of like fake shit that's gone in? Be a shame. We'll have to see. Grand Cru Beers, EU importer. Grand Cru, that's interesting. Anyway, brewed in Canada and UK. Don't mind me, I'm just looking at them. Right, let's give it a swirl, have a sniff. Yeah, you definitely get that mandarin. There's that sort of like light orange note with a bit of sweetness to it. And well, it's all mandarin and citrus. It's all the same thing. Are they just playing words? They are, aren't they? They're just playing on words, but Yeah, but you definitely get that mandarin note, because I always think mandarin's sweet but quite light. And I like maltiness in the background. But I wouldn't say I'm picking up this sort of like big hoppiness. I wonder if they use sort of like citrus hops in these sort of beers and then sort of top it up with a bit of a fakeness or puree or something. Anyway, let's stop talking. Let's dive in. High wire zest, mandarin and citrus pale ale, Magic Rock Brewing, 5.5%. Cheers. Oh yeah, there's definitely flavourings in there. There's no way you get that sort of fucking... There's no way you get that strong sort of flavour from hops like that. And there's me saying, oh, let's hope they survive. And then you think they had all these fucking shit bits in beers. And sometimes they overdo it that it doesn't taste good, does it? Anyway. Yeah, there's got to be mandarin fucking thing going on in there. You can tell the difference. It is quite pleasant. Right, 5.5%, because I'm talking to myself now. Body, yeah, mediocre. Not really anything wrong with it. It's just, yeah, medium body really. That doesn't really offend you. It's not thin or wishy-washy or anything. Just kind of lightish. But it's okay. It's okay. Mouthfeel is all right. The carbonation's, you know, not too massive, but there is that sprightly fizz in there, and that really brings out sort of like that mandarin zestiness. There's definitely a lot of zestiness gone in there. There's got to be mandarin peel that's gone in this, because you're getting a massive zestiness. There's no way you're going to get that much zestiness from the hops. There's no way you can get that much from it. You know, it's but the actual drink inside, the body, the mouthfeel, the carbonation, the sort of smoothness of the beer is, you know, it is pretty decent, and I can't really knock it too much. I'm not, you know, it's not up there with something that is a £5-6 beer, obviously, but it's quite a decent, pleasant beer. On the taste, you get a malty backbone, but the big thing that hits you straight away is zest, and it is zestiness. And you know, it wouldn't even surprise me, the fact that you don't really get any hoppiness from this beer, that it's mandarin zest that's giving you that sweetness, and anything else citrus with a load of zest in the brewing process or something. Because there's not a big hoppy presence. It's got that traditionally brewed feel with the big maltiness, rather than and then things added, rather than like maltiness with a big hoppiness going on in there that has brought all them flavors. There's no way the hops could have brought this much flavor, in my opinion, with that zestiness. That said, yes, the zestiness is quite full on, and it is. Some people will find it overpowering, I think. But that said, with the maltiness in the beer and that slight sweetness, it is quite pleasant. It's a little bit zingy. The beer isn't really bitter. I think you're getting sweetness from that. Although you'd expect sort of like a pithy, sort of zingy bitterness from the mandarin or the citrus zest, and that's what I'm going to assume it is. I think there's also sweetness there, along with the malty sweetness, which kind of just sort of keeps it in there. I think this could be a little bit of a Marmite beer. I'm kind of in two minds with it. I kind of like it, but I see faults with it in a sense. But it's quite enjoyable. It's easy drinking. The 5.5% for me. You don't get. I mean, it's a refreshing little number. It's thirst quenching. Definitely a summer drink. But I'm guessing if they've reduced this ain't going to be around for much longer. Obviously, probably by the time when this was brewed, quite possibly it was maybe one of their last brews that they done and released in the supermarkets. So that is probably the reason that it was reduced, and that I'm guessing, thinking. But yeah, is it worth a go? Yeah, I would say it's worth a go actually, especially at £2.50 or £2. If it is that sort of price, it's well worth a go. Nothing really massively, there's nothing really nasty in there, but there is some artificialness going on about it, if you like, that, you know, as in like adjuncts and what have you. You know, you can tell that zestiness hasn't come, or a lot of flavour hasn't. What you've got is a malty pale ale, and the mandarin citrus stuff hasn't come from hops. For me, it's come from additives, if you like. So, but yeah, it's quite a nice drop. I'm 11 minutes 38 in, so I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to pour the rest in there. So, if you go to a Morrison's and you see Magic Rock Brewing and their High Wire Zest Mandarin and Citrus Pale Ale, if it's £4, I'd probably say, you know, but I got it at £2, £2.50. I think it's perfectly respectable. I mean, it's perfectly respectable beer. Would it be worth the £4? No. Would it be worth £2, £2.50? Yeah, I think, you know, just take it for what it is. Enjoyable drink, easy going. And there you go. That's it. If you've had the beer before, let me know your thoughts on it. Pardon me. Thank you all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Gone on too long. Bazza. We'll see you again soon on another one.